Hello everyone, I'm Hazim, and in this video I'll be making Kestis Lightsaber from the Star Wars game Jedi Fallen Order. I'll be 3D printing the lightsaber, and the files I'm using is from Brad Harris here on Thingiverse. He has a lot of great Star Wars related designs here that you can check it out. I'll link it down below. The one I'll be printing is this file here. It's a really nice design, but I have one problem with it. Here I show you. Let's start printing the emitter part first. Okay, here are the printed parts for the emitter. It's this small portion of the lightsaber part here. The problem I'm having is the emitter is separated into these 6 small parts and you have to combine them together. To fit it all together perfectly, you need a well calibrated printer, and if you don't, like me, you have a hard time fitting it together like this. It's not just the small parts, it's not easy even for larger parts like this handle here and the exposed internals. One way to fit it is by sanding the parts so it can fit perfectly, but I'm too lazy for that, so here's how I'm gonna solve it. So my solution is, from all these 18 different individual parts, I'm going to combine them into these 4 larger parts excluding the shrouds. So it will be much simpler and easier to assemble. I'm going to use Mesh Mixer to combine the files. I won't be going into details on how to do this, just the basic overview of it. Mesh Mixer is a free software that you can download on the web. I'll link it down below. Okay, here is the emitter part. There's a total of 6 parts all line up and assemble. So what I'm gonna do is select all the parts and click combine here, and done. It's now a one big piece instead of 6 individual parts. Next, I'm gonna do the same thing for the other parts. Here's the outer chamber with the button and the 2 platforms, the handle with the exposed internal, and together with the inner chamber and the connector. For comparison, here's all the original parts in Cura, and here's the combined version. I won't be printing all this together, this is just to showcase the parts. So let's start printing. Okay, here's the emitter printed, but as you can see, I got a layer shift here. Not sure what's the cause, so I just reprinted it again and it's all good. So here's a quick comparison, the original emitter unassembled and the combined version. I guess the advantage of having these parts separated originally is it's easier to color them, but for me I rather have them combined like this. Okay, for a better comparison, I will attempt to combine the original parts and we'll see the difference better. I'll be sanding the connector with this filer, and because it's too small to use sandpaper, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's the part combined. Took me a few minutes to sand it down to fit it perfectly. It's still not perfect, but this is okay. And now 4 more parts to go. This slot here is supposed to be 45 degrees from this thing, but now it is stuck and I can't turn it. Since I won't be using this part anyway, so I just let it be. So I'm just gonna fast forward this. Here is the 4 parts combined, 5 parts combined, and at this point I'm just too lazy to continue. And the connector here is too thin, so for the last part I'm just gonna put it here like this. And here it is, the original design and the combined one. And now let's print the rest of the parts. I printed all the parts in random colors because I will spray paint it anyway. The only part printed with support is the outer chamber here because it has this window part here. If your printer is good with bridges, you can print it without any support. For the colors, I'll be spray painting these 3 parts with matte black and these 3 with silver. I'll just be using these cheap spray paints directly without any primer for this project. Here's a quick look at my very messy spray painting process. I don't have any fancy spray booth, so this will do for now. Okay, I'm done with the spray painting. It's not perfect, I know. It can look a lot better if I use primer and sanding, but since this is my first project, I won't be doing so, and I'll improve as I go for the next projects. I will be doing a little touch up with silver and gold marker pens on the emitter and the outer chamber. The markers I'll be using are these outline gold and silver metallic markers. For the outer chamber, the ring part here is supposed to be gold color. For the emitter, the 2 emitter ring here is silver colored, so I'll be coloring those two. The top part emitter A here is supposed to be silver too, but I will be coloring that because it looks just fine to me. For assembly, the handle here is connected to this inner chamber like this. Then the inner chamber goes inside the outer chamber like this. Next, connect the 2 shrouds into the 2 slots here on the emitter. And lastly, connect the emitter with the outer chamber, and it's complete. Okay, before the reveal, I printed this stand here for the lightsaber. The stand here is designed by Uni Matrix Red on Thingiverse. I link it down below. It does come with this tag. I tried to print it with dual color but failed, as you can see, so I won't be using that. So here's the final reveal. Conclusion time. I'm happy with how this turns out. I know it's not perfect and there are plenty of other similar projects that is far better than mine. But this is my first proper build and my first video, and for me, I'm happy with it. It could look a lot better if I properly prime and sand it, do some weathering and actually build it as the original design with the separated small parts. So that will actually be my personal goal. I'll be remaking this lightsaber in the future once I've improved my skill, and I will do a comparison video. So that's it for this project. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. Also, for my next project, I'll be doing either the Dark Saber or Ahsoka Thanos dual lightsaber. Leave a comment below which one I should do first. Thank you and see you in the next one.